Hello there, Z-Fighter here. I'm gonna be showing you today the simple but effective way of starting a new game, at least for me. I believe there are returning or new players in the franchise to this game because of the series that are going on television, right? I heard about it, but I didn't bother watching yet. But basically, I want to show you a simple, without guides for legendary, super cool stuff, best equipment in the beginning, none of that. I just want to show you the simple way of starting a new game. So here's the important part, first part. You're gonna have this Voltec guy. You may or may not know about him, but basically when you talk to him you get this option to choose a name and attributes that you want to use. I always go with the max intelligence, max charisma, and the rest I put usually into perception because there are types of the skill that I like to use, namely the lockpick or locksmith, something like that. So experience I pick because of it gives me maximum experience from discovering, killing, looting, and charisma gives me option to pass the checkpoints in conversations, which makes the game much easier and much more interesting, right? So this is the point where you choose what you want with him, right? This is the intro to the game. So we go through all of that. As you play, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. The bombs are gonna be falling. You go to vault. You go to these cryogenic stasis, whatever it's called. All of that is generic. That's just how the quest goes, how the game starts. It's an intro to the game. So it's every time it's the same. Never changes. You're gonna find some weapon, a pistol and a shock button, and that's always what you're gonna get. Some ammo and whatnot. Then this is the second important point in the game that I want to talk about. The reason I'm showing you all of this is because this intro becomes boring after a while, because many people, just as I am, are going to a new game because they made some mistake, they had the wrong choices or whatnot. They want to try different build or for whatever reason you want to start the game again. And as you saw here, I made a manual save. So if you go for autosave or quick save, they disappear after some time, right? If you make a new quick save, the old one is gonna disappear. If you make a manual save, it's gonna stay forever on that character name, right? So I made a new character, I made a manual save, so if I decide at any point to go from the beginning, I'm gonna be able to come back to this save and change my attributes or name or even my looks here. I don't have to play intro. I can go back here, change what I don't like, and go out and start a new game, right? So I'm gonna skip like 15-20 minutes of the gameplay, minimum. Right? Because as I'm saying, after some time it just becomes boring, and you probably will have done some mistakes that are gonna make you, you know, let's go from the beginning, make a new character, let's try new stuff and whatnot. Maybe you want to change the difficulty, I don't know. So we get out. Now these things as well, you're gonna have some quests here popping up on the screen, and basically you have to go to Sanctuary, go home, quest says. You can pick up stuff along the way, you don't have to, you can do whatever you want, but it's kinda like an intro. Mostly the same stuff. You're gonna always encounter Codsworth here, have a little a short conversation with him about what happened, and then he's gonna offer you to clear some homes. That's just Same quest always. It's a main quest, right? Here I'm showing that I'm playing on very hard, so it's just to prove the point that even without the OP equipment,
Thanks for your help, Kaz.
you can still go through all of this on very hard. Though you can call me kinda experienced player, but it's not that hard. It's just generic. So we go outside of the sanctuary, and you can find some equipment here on this body. Now here I wanted to check out if there are some armor and stuff that I can show you. There's a little trick the game doesn't tell you about, but I didn't find. Later on I will. There's a back here by the statue. Make sure you don't miss it because there's always a rifle inside. In the beginning all these weapons are really useful. Here on the red rocket you'll always encounter dog.
You're here all by yourself.
Just as I said, it's kinda like an intro still, because everything's same.
Wanna come with me, pal?
Though
Okay,
these
then.
parts after the vault, you can decide not to go here. You can do whatever you want.
Hey.
I always like to go
How you
this
doing?
path.
Hey, boy.
So we can make him fetch
Find
some
something for
things.
me?
And I told
Bad
him
guys
to
around,
look
buddy?
for enemies. Now he's gonna find some pre-war money in the cash register, which is not too important to me, but okay. There's a steam pack inside, which he didn't show me. Much useful, but okay. We take that. Now he's gonna find something more important that is actually useful for this video. Gonna follow him inside, and sometimes he does this. He picks the item, as you have seen there. He picked up the item, he didn't just bark to show me where it is. It's a hard hat. So why is that important? Because we don't have anything on our head. You can see pluses before beside the status. It shows I'm gonna gain 4 armor. That's what you're gonna see in the beginning a lot of time. Weapons and armor are gonna have pluses beside the stats. That means that the gear is better than the one that you already have, so you should probably take it, because in the beginning you cannot craft or buy whatever you want. You need to earn some money and unlock some skills to be able to do that, right? So in the beginning it's really good to pick stuff like that. If it has pluses, it's probably better. Check the stats and equip it. It's gonna make life much more easy. And here, blood bugs, always 2 of them. You're gonna encounter them here. Usually gonna gain level here. I go for locksmith, hacker, rifleman, and the gunslinger. Those are 4 skills that I go in the beginning, especially on harder difficulties. Because I'm a looter, and I like to have option to hack a terminal and unlock the safe, right? And since I don't have money and options to gain a lot of ammo, I cannot use only one type of weapon, so I go for 2 skills, rifleman and gunslinger, so that I can use pistols and rifles as I lose ammo. And that's pretty much it. Conquered. You're gonna clear these raiders, bandits. You're gonna hear Preston yelling from the balcony. He's gonna give you some instructions. Again, main quest. Almost like an intro. You pick this stuff up. And here I just go make it laser musket, make it on number 3 so that I can pull it out faster. And we go inside and we clear the bandits all the way up to the Preston and Sturgis, as you can see.
Man, I don't know who you are, but just how
There's gonna be a conversation, but basically you need to go down here, hack a terminal to take the fusion core, because there's a power armor on the top of the building that you have to take, but you kinda need this fusion core to run it. It's a battery for power armors. Here's how you hack. As you can see, I had two likeness on the north, so I presumed it's because O and R that it's world, so I tried it and it worked. I can make a guide on hacking
There we go.
if you need, but I guess there's a plenty of those on the YouTube. Took the fusion core and that's pretty much it. Now we go topside to take the power armor and rip the minigun from the bird. My English is not so good, so live with it. But yeah, I cleared these parts of buildings. That's why I'm rushing right now, so I picked up everything that I need to pick up. Here on the table on the right you're gonna have the perception bubblehead. Make sure to pick it up. I already did that. And now when we go through this door, we're gonna have ourselves a power armor. There's a couple more useful things to pick up here, so once you play you're gonna explore. As you can see, quest says pick up the minigun, and we're gonna go down then and clear out the raiders, right? That's kind of the mission. Here I picked up some Mentats and Psycho to increase my damage and damage resistance. And here we have, little surprise, that cloud showing up. Now the way I fight it on higher difficulties, I'm not strong enough. Even though I have the minigun, it doesn't do a lot of damage. And even though I have a power armor, he can still pick me up and do a lot of damage to me. He can easily kill me. So what I do is I trick him. I go into building because he cannot follow. Then I shoot from there. But here the game just glitched and he for some reason stopped moving. So in my luck I had easy time killing him. And there we go. He's dead. Now I just clear up the rest of the enemies. Just be careful with that claw. He can be really dangerous in the beginning. Later on, not so much when you reach some top levels. And that's it. I pick up the stuff that I think I'm gonna need. That I check the bodies, and I go back into museum. Here, I talk to Preston.
Hey there.
That was.
As I was saying, all of this, if you follow the main quest, all of this is gonna happen same way every time. It's gonna be the same. So why I'm showing you all of these boring parts of them talking and me and shooting and whatever is because it's similar to the intro of the game. If you follow to this part, everything is the same, like 99.9%.
Don't forget the price we paid to get this far.
Once we get out here, if you're on survival mode, survival difficulty, you will be forced to follow them. But since I'm on very hard, I can still fast travel. I don't know if you knew it. That's another tip. On survival mode, you cannot fast travel. So, but since I'm on very hard, I am able. So what I do, I just fast travel back to Sanctuary. As you can see, I exit by holding E. I exit the power armor. I take the fusion core out because I don't want any settlers to get in. Because settlers, once, unlike the companions, once they get in, you cannot make them go out. I don't know how to do that, so basically you lose power armor. So I just sit down on the chair, I skip the time, 3 hours, and they were here. And I started conversation with Preston, and I got some more quests to proceed with the game. All of this happens same every time. I'm repeating myself, I know. But why am I repeating myself? Because I like to make another manual save here. Why? because if I don't want to change looks and attributes and I still want to start over the game, I can load this part and skip like an hour of the beginning of the game, which is really annoying. So that's how I like to do it. Now you have some weapons, now you have some power armor, though you cannot really use it because you don't have a lot of fusion cores, but you have everything you need. And from this point, here I'm just showing my different save that I am playing, streaming on Twitch. This is my modded Fallout 4. I'm playing Sim Settlements 2 Chapter 3 right now for the first time. So I'm just showing off so that I have something to play on the screen while I talk. And I'm lagging a lot with mods. But yeah, that's the simple way of starting the game. Now from this point where we made a manual save, you can do whatever you want. You can choose whatever path you want. You can follow the main quest, you don't have to follow the main quest. You can go loot, you can go shoot, you can try out. So even the bad things, you can do the bad things and just go back to that save. Everything's gonna be the same, you know. Try different gear, try different builds, try to make evil conversations, everything you want to do. And if at any point you're like, oh dear God, I wish I knew this, or maybe you find some tips on YouTube or whatever, and you're like, oh god damn, I could have done this, you can just go back there and skip a whole hour of the intro to the game. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show. That's how I start my new games, which you might do a lot. And if you want me to do something else, or you think I made a mistake or whatever, just tell me in the comments and we can have a conversation about it. Bye bye.